the United States has announced a temporary pause in part of its naval operations in the Strait of Hormuz, even as fresh incidents add to regional uncertainty. US President Donald Trump says Washington will briefly pause its naval escort operations in the Strait of Hormuz, citing progress toward a potential agreement with Iran. The strait, a critical artery for nearly a fifth of global oil supplies, has been severely disrupted since the conflict began, triggering volatility in global energy markets. Oil prices fell following the announcement, as hopes of de-escalation briefly eased supply concerns. US officials say their military campaign has achieved key objectives, but insist Iran cannot be allowed to control traffic through the waterway. Tehran, meanwhile, has effectively restricted access through threats of mines, drones and missile systems, while denying US claims of recent strikes on its assets. Even as diplomacy continues, incidents persist across the region. A cargo vessel was reportedly struck in the strait, while the United Arab Emirates said its air defenses intercepted new missile and drone threats, claims Iran has denied. The UAE has described the situation as a serious escalation and says it reserves the right to respond. At least 8 people were killed and dozens injured after a fire tore through a shopping center west of Tehran. Eyewitness footage showed the building engulfed in flames, with thick smoke rising into the sky. Authorities say flammable building materials contributed to the rapid spread of the fire. The incident comes as tensions between Iran and the United States continue to strain an already fragile ceasefire. Back at sea, the United States says some commercial vessels have begun moving through the strait under naval escort, though Iran disputes that any crossings have taken place. The wider conflict has spread across the Gulf and beyond, causing heavy casualties and significant economic disruption. While US officials say the ceasefire is still holding, they warn the situation remains highly volatile. At the center of the crisis is a long-running dispute over Iran's nuclear program and regional influence. Washington is pushing to curb Tehran's nuclear capabilities, while Iran insists its program is for peaceful purposes. Diplomatic efforts are ongoing, with Pakistan continuing to mediate. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araqi is also engaging in regional talks as attempts to revive negotiations continue. A temporary pause at sea may offer a narrow opening for diplomacy, but with tension simmering and new incidents unfolding, the region remains on edge, and the risk of wider escalation continues to loom.